Good day, good day. It's God Says Ministries, the House of Fire, and I'm Prophet Tavis. So it's 25 to 1 in the morning. I haven't fallen asleep yet. My mind is going all over the place. All sorts of nonsense and what have you. So I thought I'd come here and see what the Lord wants to talk about. Well, and then he said tomorrow, today, when I get some sleep and wake up, I am going into the flight center to go and organize the tickets and the visa for the India trip coming up at the end of this month. And this is like the latest I've ever bought tickets and got visas sorted out. I mean, it's literally 2 weeks to the end of the month. And normally I organize a minimum of 2 months beforehand. But all in God's timing. So we will be going to India at the end of the month and be a part of a wedding there, celebrations. And then we're going to be setting on fire anyway the nation of India and whatever else God wants us to do there. So God gave me the means the other day to buy and bless a young man with a fishing rod and a fishing reel. He's very happy with his fishing rod. Just about every night he's been fishing with me off the tidal pool. And the very first night that he got the rod, he got picked up by what we call a gully shark here. Not a big shark, about 10-12 kilos. They fight quite well. And that's his first ever fish shark off the beach. So he is very, very happy, very hooked on fishing, and very hungry for God. He's now about 6 months clean from smoking dacha, marijuana, and it was a little bit of a hell for him by the sounds of things. He's 17, going to be turning 18, and he's born again now, and the hunger in him is, you can see in his eyes and the questions and everything are coming out. So fishing with Jesus has started, and hopefully soon we're going to have the trailer done. I'm going to do India first, then the trailer is built, but I need to build the box on top, which will be the office, like a slightly overgrown horse box, basically. Well, South African 1-2 horses in a box, not the American big long thing. Take about 5 horses, but it's the box will be on its square. It will be 3 by 1.8, 3 meters by 1.8 meters, with a slight bend in the front. Will give it a little bit of extra room in front. Maybe use it for packing space and stuff. And 2 meters inside, 2 meters high, because I'm 1.82. So it'll give me some clearance of walking around inside. Anybody over 2 meters is going to have to bend their head and they come in there. So yeah, it's a lot of people have heard about it. A lot of people are keen for it. So we'll see what God's going to do through that. This youngster even brought another youngster who was younger than him. He's his neighbor. He's 13, and came fishing with us, and I got to pray over the youngster. Apparently, he's got a little bit of a temper problem on him, and he's with his parents. So I got to pray peace over him, and today I posted on Facebook on a group, which is a group for this little town, and I basically put the drug dealers here on notice and decree that the fire of God is going to come upon them, not to consume them, but to come upon them, that the demonic entity that drives them is going to burn. I've already got some ridicule back from it, so I see now when I looked in there, people making fun of it, but God always has the last laugh, huh? Yeah, so we've been having load shedding here. These guys were warned about 25 years ago, or maybe longer. They were warned that there was going to be this problem, and they had needed to sort it out then so they wouldn't have this problem of power shortages. Now they're load shedding today. They load shedded 3 hours, 4 times a day. 4 times a day. The power's just come back on here at 12 o'clock now, midnight. And I'm able to stick my fan on because the humidity and the heat here at the moment is, you can't sleep with it. And so 4 times a day, 3 hours. That's 12 hours in the day. "12 hours of the day, no power." So, and of course it's all when you are trying to do things, You wake up in the morning, it's from 6 to 9. Then it's from, this morning was from 5 to 8. Then from 9, gives you an hour in between 8 and 9. From 9 to 12. And then from 5 to 8, and then gave you an hour. And then from 9 to 12 in the evening. So the power's just come back on now. And I've been trying, I wanted to put my generator on, and the generator wouldn't start. So, so this messes my Wi-Fi around, and I can do some of the videos on the phone, but they're not this quality, and they're not in the office like this or something. But we must just go with the flow. And actually, I must go and sleep. That's what I must go and do. I did a lot of diving today for sinkers. Went to a place where the people fish often, and low tide, and was diving in my gumboots and goggles and snorkel, diving out sinkers. But the sea was a little bit on the rough side, so it was tumbling me around like a tumbleweed in the water. I got a few sinkers, but I should have got a lot more if the sea was a bit better. We did some fishing this late evening because there was no power, and my Jenny wouldn't start. And we did some fishing this late evening. I never really got any bites, proper bites, small things eating the bait off. But at least when sitting in the house staring at 4 walls in the dark. Yeah, so people, as I said, we've got this coming up. We've also got, I've been sponsored a dirt box, a dustbin, to put down, because there's only one dustbin, dirt box, at the trash can, I should say, for Americans, at the tidal pool. And a lot of party people come down there and drink, and just leave their rubbish lying around. So I wanted to get 2 of them, and I went looking for one, and this guy said, when he heard what I was going to do with it, and he said, he'll sponsor me one. So like R1,000 for one plastic dirt box, which I've got to put concrete in the bottom so they don't steal it. And then I'm going to put the ministry signs on it. So I want to try and set up the actual tidal pool a bit better, keep it clean, because you can drain it. It's got a big valve and you can drain it, and it drains all out. They have been trying to clean it now. The one thing I want to do is I want to put a railing right around the whole thing. So it's like 70 meters long. So a double, my hands in a double railing, so that because the people are walking on the edge of it, around the wall on it, and the waves break over there. And I want to use it as a baptism pool, and I don't want to be baptizing people and people getting knocked off into the rocks down below. So I want to make it a little bit more user-friendly, that if the people don't want to obey the signs there and they walk around, they at least got a railing to hang on to. And we can basically turn it into an open-air church. The whole tidal pool, an open-air church. And use it as the baptism pool as well. So I'm looking at doing that. I mean, the municipality, government here, they're so busy arguing amongst themselves and spending the money on things that they shouldn't be spending on. So, I can't fix every pothole in the streets here, but I could, through the grace of God, put a safety railing around the tidal pool, that those guys that think they can walk along the wall when the surf's there, or even when the surf's not there, it's very slippery on top, there will be a railing around it. So that's what I'm looking as a project when I come back from India, other than the actual trailer, which is all basically paid for. I bought all the material already, so I didn't take that out of the ministry. I bought that out of some savings I had, and it's a what do you want to call it? Ongoing seed, never-ending seed. So I'm gonna sow that as into the ministry myself. All in all, it's going to cost, about 40,000 rand. So, but I've done that already. I'm doing all the labor. The labor is not going to be amount of money. It's just my time in building it. So it's all the materials basically. Of course, the trailer I had somebody else build, and I had to pay them. But that was 22.5 just for the base. But at least it's roadworthy and it's licensed, and I was going to bolt the top on. So it's now coming up to 10 to 1 in the morning here. It's pretty warm here in South Africa, Ganubi. Humid. And as I said, the power's just come back on. And I need to go and sleep. Just sitting here at 1 o'clock in the morning because your brain doesn't want to switch off while you're lying in bed because you can't sleep. It's too hot. There's no fan blowing on you. That's for the birds. Yeah, so yes, hopefully there's going to be a lot more projects involved, and a lot more countries to see and be a part of, and set some fires in this coming year, or the rest of this year, and the years to come. And the glory of God, I know, is on its way. What's already here? You just have to step into it. It's already here. I've seen some videos that the people have sent me, subscribers, of what happened in Hurricane Ian, and a number of other things, testimonies. Even the youngsters talking about a dream he had. said it was so real, but it was strange. The only part he can remember, he was looking up in the sky and he saw a star, but the star was in a shape of when they draw those kitty little dress on angel with the wings in the back. It was in that shape. So I said, well, that's a very short thing to interpret it. Maybe you're going to have a very similar dream again, and God's going to give you more. And we'll understand more what He's talking to you about. Yeah, so I'd also like to get to Uganda again before the end of this year. But that's all in God's hands. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you. I'm just going to sleep. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting up here all night. I need my brain to shut up now so I can sleep. And God bless you. May His favor drip from every part of you. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.